Hey friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, this is my first lime and salt lager. Buenaveza is a 4.7% salt and lime lager from Stone Brewing Company in Escondido, California. Salt and lime have been a familiar flavor in beer for me this summer, with two of the different Mas Agave versions and Ferndale Project's barrel-aged Margarita Goza both having a little bit of a salt and lime characteristic. Buenaveza is a little bit of a different animal for me in that while those other beers are ales, this one's a lager. Now, Buenaveza is a product of Stone's pilot program. The other beer from the pilot program that I reviewed was Never Ending Haze. Their, low ABV hazy IPA. If you're interested in hearing more about that one, I'll put a link in the description below this video. Now, this one sounds like it could be a perfect michelada, just waiting for those last few ingredients. So let's take a look at the label and we'll get this one into a glass. This one, it's stone, has the stone gargoyle right up front and center, and it has this skull with all these different colors, really just kind of bringing thoughts of the Mexican Day of the Dead, like a candy skull or something like that. It has nice, just bursting color. It stands out on the shelf. You can't miss this one. You see the skull, you know, hey, this is Buenaveza. And then on the side, it says Stone Buenaveza Salt and Lime Lager, 4.7% alcohol by volume, 12 fluid ounces, a lager with salt and lime added. I think I already said that. And then here it also has stonebrewing.com/Buenaveza, has their social media stuff, and then brewed and canned by Stone Brewing, Escondido, California, and Richmond, Virginia, made in the US of A. This one was packaged on April 28th, 2020. It says enjoy by August 26th. 2020. I like when beers have both labels on it. It has not only when it was canned, but like the expiration of the best by date. And I'm going to use an Imperial pint glass. I just got this glass, so I'm kind of looking forward to using it. Not a whole lot of beers would I generally use the regular pint glass, the Imperial pint, but I figured, the lager is probably a really good one to do that with. And we're going to get a nose on the can here. It has a lager kind of funky smell to it. I don't pick up on a lot of salt and lime, though, directly out of the can. It does have a bit of an extra funky characteristic. Lagers, to me, all just have like a very similar kind of funky aroma to it, and I think it's, when you ferment a lager, it's a lower temperature beer. It uses a different kind of yeast, and it just kind of has a smell to it. I don't really know how better to explain it, but let's go ahead and pour this. Very light, very clear, very just maybe a little bit shading towards yellow coming out of the can here. And I'm going to go straight down the hatch to kind of stir that up a little bit. And yeah, I'm getting about a finger's worth of head. Really nice, bright white head, as you can see from the overhead. Very white. Some compact bubbles, some larger ones. They're kind of dissipating and fading really quickly. It's going to give me just this base layer of a head here, and then holding it up to the light, super clear. I mean, this glass, the only haze I see in this glass is probably because the outside of the glass may be a little dirty with fingerprints. That's pretty clear. I mean, you could do something that you can do with clear stuff. Use it as a magnifying glass, something. All right, so let's put a nose on the glass here. And here I am picking up more on the lime, more on a salty kind of characteristic. It has that lager kind of funk to it, but it has this limey, kind of stingy, just shocking smell that just kind of seeps through a little bit of that lager aroma. I'm ready to try it, and as you can see, the head is totally gone at this point. I mean, there's just like a really light head. Cheers. Very light, very crisp. The flavor is like there and it's gone. It's really just, it kind of comes really quick and it goes just as quick. It's got a nice sweet flavor to it. It's got that lager kind of, little subtle honey kind of note in there, but it just comes and goes super quick. And I almost can't even remember to tell you exactly what I tasted because it's already just gone. I expected this when they say salt and lime added. I was just expecting it to be really kind of in your face, really salty, with a really strong cerveza kind of flavor profile to it, with that citrus quality that cervezas have. And when I was thinking of kind of descriptions about this beer, I was almost thinking like, well, maybe this is basically like a cerveza, but it's not. It's not like that at all, actually. It's very much like a Pilsner. It's very light, very crisp, very refreshing. It has those sweet kind of honey notes, but it has that lime flavor in there, but it's not a sour lime. It's not like a bitter, fruit limey kind of flavor. And the saltiness is there, but it's really very subtle, very buried, very deep inside the beer. The lime itself is really deep, very subtle, very buried deep inside the beer. They're very much flavor profiles or tastes in the beer that you have to really work and analyze and kind of think about. It's not something that presents itself directly to you. And I was expecting that a little bit more out of this, but I actually really like this beer. This could really be, this summer, of all these low ABV beers, this is 4.7%. All these low ABV beers have been total crushers. I haven't had one of these yet where it's like, yeah, it's low ABV, it's light taste. It's okay. I'd probably just have one or two and be done. This beer, along with almost all these other low ABV beers that have come out this year, specifically 2020 low ABV beers, have all been these really nice, hot weather, crushable beers. I did a beer brief and I talked about Brew Detroit's Yumtown, and that being just a really crushable, and that being my go-to kind of lager for the summer months. This one, I could see, they're not, don't get me wrong, the flavors are nowhere near each other. But this one is really light, really crisp, has like a bit of this honey flavor to it, has a bit of a limey flavor to it, a lime characteristic, and buried even deeper underneath the lime is this really slight salt. And it just fades, the sweet note hits the middle of my tongue as I swallow. If you see this on the shelf like I did, and you are really expecting to get hardcore lime and salt characteristics or flavors out of this beer, like you think it's going to be like one of these kind of margarita style beers, but it's going to be a lager, you're going to be really disappointed. If you go into this expecting a nice sweet lager, then you're going to be really happy, because that's the market, or that's the target that it hits or gets the closest to, is being a sweet lager with a bit of lime, a bit of salt. The target that it totally misses is being a real like syrupy, thicker lager with these lime notes, these salty notes. And when I said earlier about the michelada, I was thinking more, that's a lager with lime and salt, and then like, Tabasco or hot sauce or some kind of, tomato kind of deal going on in there. This, I don't know if you could just add some hot sauce to this and have it be like a michelada. I don't think it's going to hit that note. But if you're looking for just a really nice, crisp summer crusher, and you've exhausted all the other possibilities and you want to try something new, then I think Buenaveza from Stone is a beer that you should go out like right now, as it's getting to be super hot around, and go and pick this one up. All right, friends, that has been Buenaveza from Stone Brewing. Have you had this one before? Do you enjoy ales in the summer months? Are you more of a lager kind of person? Let me know in the comments down below while you're down there. If you like beer, you might want to subscribe and click that bell, because I'm here talking about beer twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's all for free for viewers just like you. I'm talking to you. And you might miss your newest favorite if you're not subscribed and getting those notifications. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by, and remember, drink craft beer. Support your local breweries wherever they are, and most importantly, don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching. Cheers.